So then that leads us to one of our questions that came in. What are some of the signs that your child is being bullied at school? From those younger years moving up.
School refusal is a huge one that we see in the research. If a child all of a sudden, like I had said earlier, starts to say, I don't want to go to school, Mom and Dad. I don't want to be able to
I have a headache, I have a stomach ache.
Yeah, they have psychosomatic symptoms. They start manifesting maybe physical excuses for not wanting to go. Anxiety, nervousness, lower self-esteem than usual. All sorts of sudden changes in mood or behavior can be an indicator. And I also suggest too that to really know, I think, and I'm biased, but I do think going to a mental health professional if you do see some of these mental health issues arise is important so that you can rule out other mitigating factors as well. But I do think that those are one of the biggest hallmark signs.
Okay.
And what is the bystander's role in a bullying situation? So I'm on the playground and I'm seeing a child being bullied. What do the kids around? What should they do?
Well, I feel very strongly about that issue because I believe that we have to empower everyone to take control of the situation. And number one, and I've said it before and I cannot stress this enough, if you are feeling uncomfortable in any situation, it doesn't have to be reach bullying, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have to stay there and accept feeling badly about yourself. It's unnecessary. I've seen adults be bullied and stand there and accept it. No one should have to do that. You walk away and you find a safe place. You may join another group of children who you know and you feel comfortable with, or you may simply just get out of that particular situation and go by yourself and read a book, get a drink of water, just get out of the situation. The children we have to teach children that if they see something happen, they should never get into a situation where they themselves might be in danger.
So these are the bystanders, the
Absolutely.
kids who are watching.
Bystanders should never ever put themselves in a situation where they could put themselves in jeopardy. But someone should get an adult if it has escalated to the point where they're feeling threatened themselves. Nobody wants to jump in and get involved. They're afraid that they're going to be bullied. A lot of kids don't want to tell their parents because they're afraid that their parents are going to go to school and they're afraid that the bullying will intensify because they tattled. There are it's not easy. There are no easy answers.
I think ideally too, creating a group norm where bystanders can be a safe place or a peer that's safe to them is very powerful. So that's I think in the ideal world that you would feel that you could go to a safe peer to be able to feel protected or at least a resource to get help in situations where you might not be thinking clearly because you're being confronted. But we know that in the research there's a bystander effect, meaning that a lot of people in a group, whenever there is some kind of crisis, tend to have like that frozen deer in the headlights reaction because they assume, and this is kind of a false assumption that people carry in groups, that somebody else is already doing something about it. And so they all sit around and wait for someone to act. But sometimes it takes that one peer to say, you know what, Johnny, come with me, let's go find Mrs. Smith. You don't have to listen to that. And I think that that's powerful because I think community and being kind in numbers can be a really great solution.
That's what I always tell my daughter. That's a test of strength of character.
Absolutely.
And if you can, help a friend by calling an adult.
Right.
And
not necessarily aggressing back, but being able to be that safe space and creating a buddy system, I think is really important too.
But you have to feel secure enough within yourself
Absolutely.
to be able to go over to that child who's being bullied and say, come on, Johnny, come with me.
Exactly.
So you have to know yourself. If you are a leader, and there are children who are leaders, they're natural leaders, you can go over and say to a person who's doing the bullying, okay, enough. I've seen that happen time and time again. I've seen it happen successfully. Or take that child out of harm's, and I'll put harm in quotation marks, harm's way.